Welcome back to another segment of Adam's Corner on the Distilled Wisdom Podcast. I'm constantly interviewing other people from different companies and talking about random businesses, but it's way past due that I explain a little bit about my company and the simple yet effective boring business that made me a millionaire. Let's talk a little bit about what Refresh does and why it's such a lucrative business. At our core, we solve for inefficiencies in apartment make-ready. See, we target large property management companies and multifamily. If your property has under 100 apartments, we usually don't want to waste our time even pursuing it. The nature of the business is turning units at high volume. So think 100 units to over 2,000 units on a single community. See, these large communities turn so many units every single year that they contract out most of their needs for this. Speed is the name of the game because every day a unit sits empty, it's another day that they're not collecting rent for it. For years, they've grown accustomed to farming out the individual services to individual contractors to do each one. So for example, think a contractor might come in and do the cleaning, another one comes in and does the painting, and another one then does the carpet cleaning. In theory, there's nothing wrong with this, but in practice, it starts getting pretty chaotic when you're turning 50 or hundreds of units at one time. I mean, picture it. The painter falls behind or calls in sick. Now that manager needs to call the other vendors and change the service dates around for everybody that's coming in afterwards. That's what we solve for at Refresh. We make the manager's job easier by bringing most of the services under one roof, controlling the bulk of the service schedule internally within our company. We built custom software and streamlined the processes to make it easier and more seamless for the property manager. Now, if you combine that with our operational model, which allows us to deliver quality services very, very quickly, we become the property manager's best friend in their business. There's a ton of home service franchises out there, but I challenge anyone to show me one that allows you to sell a customer once and pull the volume of work that we pull throughout the year from one single client. It's almost unheard of. They turn a ton of units every year. People don't realize unless they're in the industry, but these communities can turn 50% or more of the entire property over every single year. Let's do some simple napkin math here. So if you have a 1,000-unit property turning over 50% of its units, by the way, sometimes that goes higher, that's 500 units that they're turning that year. We offer a plethora of different services for them to use on that make-ready. But let's say you're doing 3 primary services, paint, clean, and carpet cleaning. That's roughly 1,500 jobs out of that one customer for the year. Profit centers don't even stop there. We also offer common area contracts and porter services to these properties. These are another great profit center with reoccurring contracts that sometimes are performed every single day of the week. I bet you're starting to see why we're on the Inc. 5000 list as one of America's fastest growing private businesses. I love the space because I can sell a customer once, and then from there, I continuously get work over and over and over again, day after day, week after week, and month after month. It just keeps flowing in over and over again. It's a beautiful industry. There's some challenges to navigate, but we teach our franchisees how to do that. So anyway, you should understand at this point what it is we do, but what's a franchise owner's role and why franchise this business at all? I have one word for you: relationships. The top thing a franchisee needs to be good at is building and maintaining relationships with the clients. This isn't my first time building a business like this. I did it with a mentor in the past, and we built it under a corporate model. The biggest challenge that we faced was the managers were not vested in the local market. And so the relationships kind of dwindled from time to time, and it would cause a backstep in the business. Now, I could solve for this in a lot of different ways. I could work out partnership agreements. I could do an equity share with managers. There's a lot of different things I could do. without having to franchise the business. But I personally fell in love with franchising. Franchising's an awesome model, and I want to work with people that have the same opportunity that I have to win really big. So now you know the method behind the madman on the microphone here. I'm looking for a select group of people to join the franchise system and bring this model to new markets. If you're interested in opening a Refresh franchise, hit refreshfranchising.com. Obviously, the link's going to be down in the description. Until next time, this has been Adam's Corner, my chat with you, one-on-one.